What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and in this video I have a list of 8 states that are providing their own state stimulus checks to their residents. This is your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. Now, as you know, right now we're all looking to Congress, waiting to see what they're going to do with this infrastructure bill, and it's got 2 portions to it. Now, the first portion is for traditional infrastructure, and the second portion is for what they're calling human infrastructure, for which they've allocated $3.5 trillion, which is going to be human infrastructure money for people, which is pretty much another word for the next stimulus package. And it's going to be by far the largest that we have seen so far at $3.5 trillion. Now, we are yet to see if they might include a 4th federal level stimulus check to all the people in the nation, but at this time they're saying it's not included. But whether they slip it in the last minute or not, I will be sure to let you guys know here on the channel so you stay up to date. But like I said, in the meantime, we have 8 states that said, you know what, we've still got some leftover stimulus money from previous packages, and we're going to send it out to our residents to help them out and also to help stimulate our local state economies. So I'm going to dive into this article that just came out today, August 3rd, 2021, and get you caught up on these state stimulus checks. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you could just smash that like button, I would appreciate it. Just takes a second, really helps me out a ton if you like and appreciate this content. Now also, leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and be sure to share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. And if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and you can come join the viewing community, join the Ram fam, and I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff. Stimulus, Congress, the economy, unemployment, anything having to do with money. That's what I like to talk about here. And if you have any specific questions that you want me to answer, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, which is by far the best way to get a hold of me if you got any specific questions. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right into this article, and I'm going to get you caught up on the latest on state stimulus checks that are going to be going out in 8 different states. Alright, you guys, so as always, link in the description below to this article that just came out today so you can read it for yourself and see that I'm not making up random stuff. Now, the article says 4 stimulus checks are coming from these states. Is yours on the list? Now, the article says, although an official 4th stimulus check from the federal government might seem unlikely at this point, states are doing their own part in making sure federal stimulus money gets distributed. Now, as part of the American Rescue Plan stimulus relief bill, states were allotted over $200 billion to spend towards their economic recovery from the pandemic. Now, states, they have until the end of 2021 to give their money out, and the governors have already begun doling out cash where they feel states need it the most. Now, certain residents of the following states might be eligible for some stimulus money. Now, here's the first one. California. California is currently the only state to have sent out a type of stimulus check with its own money. California has a state budget surplus largely due to its unique tax system. California has a progressive income tax schedule, meaning that the more you make, the more you pay in taxes. This, plus thrifty budgeting, provided enough money for actual checks in the amount of $500 or $600 to residents earning between $30,000 to $75,000 per year. This is an additional $500 to be paid out to households with dependent children, and that is from the Golden State stimulus package. But we've also heard that 2/3 of the residents of the state of California should be getting a check, as another round might be going out for those who missed it. Next, we have Colorado, and Colorado is going to be sending out $375 to those who received at least one unemployment payment between March 15th, 2020 and October 24th of 2020. So in that time span, if you were unemployed and you collected at least one check, you're going to be getting this stimulus check of $375. And it says higher income workers who qualified for more than $500 per week in base unemployment benefits are not eligible. So if you had a base of $500 and then you got that FPUC on top, well, it says that if you made more than $500 or more, you're not going to be eligible for this. This is for lower income earners who collected unemployment in Colorado. Now, next up is Maryland. Maryland passed legislation several months ago to repeal all state and local taxes on unemployment benefits. And as you guys know, right now, the federal unemployment tax refunds are still going out to individuals, families, and heads of household. And it included an immediate stimulus payments of $500 for families and $300 for individuals who filed for the Earned Income Tax Credit, or the EITC. So you can also get an additional EITC on a state level in Maryland, and it says for $500 for families, $300 for individuals. Now, next up is New Mexico. New Mexico's state stimulus program has earmarked $5 million to be distributed to Mexicans who didn't qualify for federal stimulus payments. Now, federal funding and retention bonuses. Several states have decided to use some of the federal money as retention bonuses for their teachers, and we've reported on this in a previous video. I let you guys know that teachers, they could be getting a $1,000 stimulus check, as most schools are expected to open in person this year as reported. The bonuses also act as the thank you for the particularly rough school year most teachers had to endure. Florida has allocated a $1,000 check to most teachers and administrators, but controversy arose when Governor DeSantis notably left some educators out. Now, the situation is still being developed, and so if you're in Florida and you're a teacher, you could be getting a $1,000 stimulus check unless you were one of the ones left out, but they're saying that you might get included. They're still working on it. Now in Georgia has one of the most generous plans, with Governor Kemp authorizing all full-time teachers and administrators to receive $1,000 checks, with part-time teachers receiving $500 checks. There is a plan underway to provide for pre-K educators as well. So if you're a teacher in Georgia, you could be getting one of those checks too. So a lot of teachers getting these stimulus checks. Now in Michigan, although a retention bonus like Georgia and Florida has not yet been outlined, Michigan sent out $500 hazard pay bonuses to its teachers earlier in the year. So hazard pay checks for teachers in the state of Michigan. And Tennessee's state government passed a bill in June that scrapped an expected 2% raise and replaced it with a $1,000 check it labeled as hazard pay bonus to full-time teachers as well. Now, part-time teachers get $500. Eligible individuals receive their checks by the end of the year. And we also have the 8th state, which is Texas. The state of Texas has not confirmed a statewide retention bonus, but certain districts are doing their part for teachers. Fort Worth and Arlington will increase pay 4% for all district employees. Denton and Mansfield, teachers will receive a 2% raise. Denton employees will also see a $500 bonus, and in Irvine, a $2,000 payment will be distributed to the staff who return to the classroom in September. And if you believe you could be eligible for these checks, make sure to log onto your state's Treasury website and either register with your state or contact its Treasury Department. Most families and individuals under the income thresholds will be eligible to receive the full state benefit amounts regardless of whether or not you paid taxes on it, and it will not be held against you if you have not paid taxes this year or last. In most cases, these are fully refundable checks, meaning you do not have to pay them back and they do not count as income towards your year's taxes. And I get people that ask that all the time. No, you don't pay taxes on stimulus checks. It is literally free money from the government. So you guys, those are the 8 states that are offering some form of stimulus checks to their residents. There are some certain requirements and restrictions, and if more come out, I'll be sure to let you know. Now also, as you guys know, there's also guaranteed income coming out, universal basic income, guaranteed income coming out in cities across the nation, doing test and pilot programs. And we've also heard that they want to do one on a larger scale that has just been proposed, a new bill that came out. And in the meantime, we're also waiting to see what Congress does with that infrastructure bill to see if the second portion includes a federal level 4th check. And I will be sure to keep you guys up to date on all of that here on the channel. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll be sure to keep you up to date as more things unfold. And if you have made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button. I would appreciate it. It helps me out a ton. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff. And if you got any specific questions for me, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. Catch you in the next one. Remember, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, regular uploads and also random uploads throughout the day as news breaks. But with that being said, you guys, catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.